These my dollars make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all ain't ready. I look, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. I already know it. I can feel it. Y'all not ready. Look, I mean, I don't have to say nothing today, but just welcome. When you look and see what's on your screen right here, y'all know I ain't got to say nothing. What's up with you? When you see, just look at the screen. When you see this, and for those that are you on West Coast channel, he'll be here in just a second. But when you look at just this screen, right? Look. I told y'all it's the Avengers. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that the Avengers is coming? Look at this. This is ridiculous. Welcome to Cowboys Uncut.
Somebody said that's JC. That is the angry Cowboy fan.
That's
right
angry. I don't worry about it. I'm going to introduce him. Some of you guys know him. To put it this way, the content creators, we all know who he is. It's just a privilege to have, since I'm talking about him now. Welcome to Cowboys Uncut. Our first guest, we be nice in the house. We're going to be very nice. It's the one and the only. Ain't nobody like him now. If you've been listening to his content, you already know I'm telling the truth. This is the angry Cowboys fan. It's in the house. What's up, Doc? Welcome to the party, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me. Like you said, man, it's like the Avengers, man. So, hey, I can be Hawkeye. I love to be Hawkeye.
And that's my guy there. And then, without a doubt, now you already know who my guy is over here, the one and the only Landlord from Alabama. Glad to have him here. He be working a whole lot, but when he get a chance, man, he popping in. It's my dog, y'all. What's up, Landlord?
What's going on, man? What's happening with you, man? Hey, this finna be one of the ones, man. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all hit that like button on everybody's channel. Y'all make sure y'all put in that work, man, because, hey, this ain't a given. This something that's kind of hard to put together sometimes. So, and this just happened randomly, look like. So, hey, we got to count the blessings, you know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody out there, man. Let's get it started.
Yeah, man. And then, of course, you already know who I am. Well, let me introduce West Coast, who will be in momentarily. And you guys can, you already know who he is, the GOAT, the godfather of this thing, and he'll be in shortly with us. And then, of course, you know who I am. If you don't, big time. That's all you need to know. We're going to have some fun today because we are going to do our best to to talk about these Cowboys and things that we think probably will make us better, obviously, coming up, not in the regular season, but it's sometime even just for training camp. Let's don't put the cart before the horse. Training camp was next. And so that's what we want to kind of go with, unless we got more guys, to come in. Ain't no telling what West Coast going to come in talking about, but whatever the case may be, let's go ahead and do it. I need everybody in the chat before we go ahead and get started. Go ahead and share. Everybody hit that like button, smash it. Everybody in the house, do us a favor. I'm quite sure Wes and Landlord, Angry Cowboy fan have done it on their respective shows. I've done it on mine. When you smash that like button, everybody hit it about 20 times. I mean, just like that. It ain't going to take you probably no more than 2 or 3 seconds, and it's free. Won't charge you anything. But what it does, it helps us out. It helps us out. It lets the algorithm know, hey, something going on over here. We need to put this show in front of more faces. And will you do that for us real quick? Everybody hit that smash. Just hit that like button. As many people as we got in here, we ought to go ahead and be able to just shoot this thing through the roof on this Friday. I hope you're having a great Friday. Let's go ahead and go to work. We're going to try to do the best we can with y'all. I need this chat to be lit. You guys go ahead and agree, disagree, do everything. If we see a comment in here that's worth putting on the screen here, we will do that. I'm sorry if I don't have the cash apps available, but I think most of us know the cash apps that are available for everybody pretty much. Let's go ahead and get it started. I see one comment here already that's funny, but it's not really for Landlord. Somebody said, what somebody say, the wise man show us for us wise men over 50. We will. I'm over 50. I think Angry Cowboy fan is over 50. Am I right, Angry? How old are you?
No, sir. I'll be 42 this year.
42? Oh,
yeah.
Man. Lando, how old are you, man?
I'm 55 in spirit, so you know what I'm saying. So I'm up there with you. But I'm 37.
Oh yeah, well we be all right. Hey, I'm 51, but I got the mind of a 20-year-old sometimes.
When it comes to the Cowboy years and all the stress they done took me through,
you make
I'm probably about 87 when we talk about it. So yeah, we aging in dog years messing with the Cowboys. So
you ain't lying.
My
all right, we're gonna start
gray in a minute.
You ain't lying. I'm like Moses around here. See how white my beard is. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get it started. Landlord, we're gonna go and let you kick it off since the fans miss you on Uncut, Cowboys Uncut. Go ahead and crank up what we gonna start this part out with.
You talking about the records?
Yeah, whatever you want to go with. We gonna roll.
I seen the article. It was very interesting, right? And it was just talking about some of these potential records that we could set going into 2024. We know it's the off season and the news kind of slow. Cowboys don't participate in free agency and stuff like that. So, hey, we got to come up with stuff to discuss and talk about, right? So here we go. One of the first record, y'all just say yay or nay, or do you think, you know what I'm saying, elaborate on if you think we can reach the record or we will, or it's out of the question. That's all I want to know from y'all, okay? The crowd, the chat too, I want to know that from y'all too. So here we go. The first one, Dak Prescott becoming franchise's all-time leader in passing yards. And the current record holder is Tony Romo with 34,183 yards. And it says Dak Prescott is entering his 9th season as the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback. Early in his career, Prescott managed and ran a run-heavy offense that aimed to wear opponents down in the fourth quarter with the punishing ground attack led by Ezekiel Elliott. What it say? By fourth season, the shackles were removed and Prescott erupted for nearly 5,000 passing yards in 2019. Prescott finds himself 4,724 behind Romo as the team's all-time leader in passing yards. That number is obtainable as Prescott needs to average 277 passing yards per game to vault himself atop the record book. Should Prescott break the record, he comes close to breaking the next record on this list. So, do y'all think Dak could break the Tony Romo passing yard record for the franchise this year.
What's the number again?
34,183.
I mean, how far is he off?
4,724.
Go ahead, Angry Cowboy.
I'm gonna give it, if not this year, definitely next year if there's an extension. You know, if they get an extension done and he's the QB1 for the Cowboys, it'll definitely be next year. But go ahead.
No, I was just finna see what the people saying too while you was doing it. Go ahead.
All right. No, I just feel that it'll be next year, but if we have to depend on Dak Prescott's arm with this whole offense and, you know, not having the run game again to complement him like it happened last year, then he probably will make it.
I say not this year. Because if he is approaching that numbers, I mean, that must mean we don't have damn running game. I mean, we must just be the worst rushing offense in the league if he's throwing like that. I think he's going to throw somewhere around, 4,300 again, 4,000. That's about where he is. If he throwing 5,000 yards almost, man, that means we ain't doing nothing. And that ain't what we did all this work on. The intent was for them to run the ball this year by getting better linemen. You brought Zeke back enough, and I'm not saying that all, is all on Zeke, but with the running backs that we had, it looked like it's going to be a concerted, effort to try at least to run the ball. So I say no, that I don't think he's going to get it. Now, if he signed that extension, then that record is going to be gone by the end next year. 4,700 yards, that's incredible. So I can't see it.
I ain't gonna lie, I really think he's gonna get it, and it is because I don't trust this running back core like that. And I know Mike McCarthy, I know my OC, I know he's very decisive. Most OCs, I'm a wide receiver, so I ain't mad at him. Like, if it ain't working, bro, throw the ball. That's I'm on that side. I'm gonna forever be on that side, bro. Cause think about it. Even when you throwing the ball, man, a unsuccessful throw still give you more potential than an unsuccessful run. Think about that. Cause you got many options. With the run, you just run the ball. If he don't get no yards, it's over with. Like he might not get nothing. Just like an incompletion, but you still got different options out there. It's not just boom or bust. Like, one person got the ball. If he can't get no yards, it's over. If you pass, and you got like 5 different options out there to throw the ball to. So really, you got better odds. So I'm a receiver. I'm gonna be on that side. So when I look at it, man, I know Mike McCarthy. I know OCs like him tend to abandon the run very quickly. So it is what it is. I think Dak finna be slanging it like my boy West Coast say, like crack rock. He finna be slanging it. So I feel like he might do pass that. Like that's really not like a outlier type season for Dak Prescott. He usually cut up to that degree, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like year 2 in this offense, I'm a little bullish on it. Even though I've been whining about receiver all off season, I know. But I'm still a little bullish about this offense because the people who looking at it like Mike McCarthy didn't do too good or something like that, I just don't understand y'all, because when you look at Dak Prescott's season with Mike McCarthy under this offense in year 1 with limited weapons, he still almost won the MVP, y'all. Like he was this close to winning the MVP, and we know he really deserved it. If it's an individual award, he really deserved it. His numbers was way better than Lamar Jackson. And this is Dak Prescott with no run game, with a mediocre line, and year 1 in his offense. So if you tell me year 2, I'm looking at it like, man, if Mike can do that in year 1, just imagine when, like Dak said last year, this time in the offseason, they was just not installing stuff. Like, they passed installment. They already ready to locked and loaded. They ready to go right now. So they don't have to install nothing. They already moving into different variations of plays and stuff already. So I feel like I'm real bullish about this season. I see Dak doing that. Dak might win the MVP. I really see it. And like I said, and it do play to me being a little, bearish on this run game, though. Like, I still don't believe in the running game that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point where it's something that we can lean on. I don't know if it's going to be that good.
Jump in there, angry Cowboy fan. Know you got some more on that.
Oh, no, I'm just listening, man. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Y'all go ahead.
Well, let me throw it in and just say,
I feel like a
if
student.
Dak Prescott do what Landlord is saying, and I put up Henny, and Henny's on here.
Salute to my boy ACL, man.
If he does that, you can just go ahead and mail him the MVP trophy right now. Cause see what Henny's saying there, if you got 4,900 and in fairness, those what you see what Henny just said, those are facts. He said he had 4,900 yards in 19, and we had the 5th best rushing attack. So my mindset, could be very wrong, because my mind is set. The first thing I said was, if he throwing for that stuff like that, that must mean we ain't running the ball at all. But Henry shut that down real quick.
It's good that Hen brought that up, because
it's
that's
great
the
that he
very
brought it up.
That's the very next record.
Yeah,
we gonna say this, okay? Dak did that out of like a admirable place, because he could have broke the record. Dak was I ain't gonna break the record because we losing. He was like, we ain't going to the playoffs, so he really didn't. He tried not to break the record. I don't know if y'all remember that. He made sure he didn't break the record because he said he didn't feel like he deserved it. It was a successful enough season for him to do that. So now that do bring us a great segue to the next record. The next record will be Dak Prescott setting the record for most passing yards in a season as a Cowboy. And then we could just say Tony Romo, 4,903 yards is the record. Do y'all think Dak can eclipse that this year?
Go ahead, Angry.
Well, shoot, that goes with the first question. Shoot, that's a tough one. It all depends on the run game. Like you said in the first one, it really depends on the run game. If we can get the run game going, he's not eclipsing that, not this season. But like I said, if we have to rely on his arm for the offense, then it could be a possibility getting CeeDee Lamb involved, and Brendan Cooks is going to have more of an involvement on the offense, as well as Jake Ferguson. So if it's pass dependent, then I believe he could come close. It's going to be in that game, that last game of the season, who is that? That's the Washington Commanders. So it's going to be that last game of the season when you're going to have that question like, okay, it's the fourth quarter. He has 35 more yards to break the record. Do we want to sit him, or do we want to allow him to break the record? I just got a feeling it's going to boil down to that.
It can happen. I just don't think it will, not this year. However, when I see that he can get that by only averaging, I thought I saw 277 yards.
You see what I'm saying?
That ain't nothing for Dak, yo.
And look, Dak did what he did last season, and he started slow. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm saying 277 for him. That ain't nothing. He'll have that dang nearby by the end of the third quarter. I mean, he'll have over 300 easy. This dude
are you coming to my side big time? It sounds like you're coming to my side.
We don't watch him long enough to know what he can do. Now we got people in here that don't like him and don't, and can't stand him, but it still don't negate the fact that this man, he gonna give you 4,000 plus every year. He gonna give you 30 touchdowns plus every year.
He's gonna help you win at least double-digit games.
Gonna get double-digit wins every year, and he's gonna be right there at the top in quarterback rating, right up there at the top in completion,
all of that,
all the year. So I'm saying, but when you say it can happen, I'm gonna keep that little stat up there, that comment up there that Henry said. Cause that's I mean, if you can run the ball like that, you know, with that much efficiency, and then still light it up through passing, he very well could do that. And the key thing is this, and we don't trying to say, look, if we don't want to act like we Dak homers, cause I'm one there to go off on him. I mean, that's just me. I tell you when he playing like trash, but I can't deny what my eyes have seen. This dude can light you up. That's just the bottom line. He's seen every defense by now. He do it all. He know the defense. Matter of fact, he'll change the play at the line, which is what he's done. And he is really lighting up. We got a super chat up here, so I'm gonna stop talking real quick. And who's that? That's Trix. Trix says Zeke can go. I'll play running back for Dallas this season. Well, we ain't gonna disrespect Zeke like that. Let's see it first before we destroy Zeke. Before I
judge Tricks, though, I might need to see what he got to offer first.
Yeah, right.
We don't know.
We got about 9 running backs as it is now.
He might be cold though, big time. We don't know yet.
I don't know. But
get him a workout.
It can happen, man. Back to back. It can happen. I personally just don't think that it will, at least this year. I just don't think so, but it can.
Okay, I get it. I was just about to say, what I do, I see people talking about, like, we be capping about Dak. Like, I ain't finna get into the comments, but I'll say this. It's easy to see that you have a great quarterback, sir. After last year, to me, I think all the good, the average, and all that other discussion, you got to throw that out the window. I think you got to attach great to Dak Prescott's name now. You do. He was the best quarterback in the league last year. You can't be a good quarterback and accomplish that. You just can't. Regardless of how you feel about him, I feel like he got to be great now. He's a great quarterback. Now, what your franchise do with him, hey, that's just, it got to be the criteria. Is Patrick Mahomes not great?
He's great.
I know he got a lot more accomplished, but I'm talking about, like, is he not a great quarterback? And Dak, far as the statistics, he outperformed him. Far as the statistics, he outperformed Lamar Jackson. And, that's over a whole season. Now, if it was just a few games here and there, I'd give it to you like, okay, he started out good, but, you know, that's why we play 17 games. But Dak sustained that level of play over the whole season. It's no argument. Dude is a great quarterback, man. I don't know what else you want me to say. Like, if you consider any other quarterback in the league great, and Dak consistently outperformed them over a whole season, I don't know what you want me to say after that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I'm being objective. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, there's nothing you can say this year based off last season because the numbers back you up. The numbers don't back up people who say he's not, average or whatever.
Now it makes me ask myself stuff like this. Like, okay, when we say why Dak couldn't win championships or playoff games and stuff like that, I feel like that when you point that finger, you got fingers pointing back at you. Because if you look at the front office, you mean to tell me you couldn't accomplish more with the all-pro quarterback? So that works both ways. Because I guarantee you some of them GMs up here like, listen, give me a quarterback on the level of Dak Prescott, and I bet you I win some. It's teams that's doing it with even lesser talent and lesser quarterback play. So I guarantee you with some GMs looking at our front office like, hey, let me get a shot at it. I guarantee you I have a more successful postseason. So I'm telling y'all, a lot of people don't look at it from that way because of the way our front office is ran. We already know the leadership is in shambles. Like, it is not a solid structure of leadership in Dallas. Like, we gotta admit that. So, especially when you have conversations saying, "Oh, we go far as Dak go. We do this, we do that." You can't really say stuff like that because you the leader, and that just trickles down. So we already know the leadership is in question. So that's why I look at it like that, bro. Like, you should be able to be more successful with that level of quarterback play, just as he should be more successful with, you know what I'm saying, with him playing that well. He should be more successful in the playoffs as well. So I just say this. If you think Dak is terrible, put him on another team. Think about it. Think about him with the Eagles team. Think about him with San Francisco. Think about him with these other teams, and then think about us playing them. Like, okay, let's think about this. Put Dak with San Francisco, and then put Brock Purdy over here. How comfortable do you feel playing them? We already couldn't mess with their roster.
Yeah,
Right.
We would have an even lesser shot to win that game.
quickly, no doubt about it.
We will be going in here like, oh my God, these boys ain't got no flaws.
Ain't got nothing at all.
We'll be like, bro, what are we gonna do? Now you asking Brock Purdy to do what he badly could do in San Francisco with the greatest talent in the league.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I always say, people say, oh, you capping for Dak. No, I'm capping for fairness. I fight for fairness. When I judge Dak Prescott, everybody that follow my channel, and I stand on this, we can pull it up. I went out here immediately after the Green Bay game, man, I disowned Dak. I said, get his ass off my team. I was mad at everybody. I said, blow everything up. But after I seen the way the playoffs went, and I seen nobody else was held to this excellent, no error type standard, how could I judge Dak Prescott on the same type of on the same accord? It's not fair, bro. I seen them other quarterbacks make mistakes. I seen them other quarterbacks not be perfect. I seen them other quarterbacks go over a whole half of football with no points.
Yeah.
But we gonna sit up and say Dak had to score 40 plus. Nobody did that.
Yeah.
Nobody in the playoffs scored as many points as we would have had to score to beat Green Bay. Now think about that. Nobody did.
Exactly. Jump in there, Angry
right.
Cowboy. What you thinking about what Landlord talking about?
What I'm thinking is that obviously anybody that's played football, they know that when the playoffs hit, it's a different level, it's a different style of football. In the regular season, you got these flashy plays, you got these bombs down the field, everything is reliant on receiver quarterback relationship, things like that. We got that. We have that in the regular season. CD Lamb was eating in the regular season. But when it comes to the playoffs, it gets back down to that traditional style of football, that traditional ground and pound style of football. And when you don't have that on your team in the playoffs, you get bounced in the first or second round. I mean, if you look at the rounds in the playoffs, you'll notice that the ones that got knocked off didn't have too good of a run game. You know, that their receivers were like getting 200 yards in a game. Amari Cooper and in Cleveland, they got bounced in the first round. So with that being said, we don't have a run game. So we go into the playoffs, and I know people say pressure busts pipes and pressure makes diamonds and things like that, but a lot of pressure, the entire future is reliant on Dak's arm. We know we ain't got a running game. We know we're going into the playoffs undermanned, underprepared, and we got to work with what we have. So I just feel that going into the playoffs, it's a huge mentality thing that they got to get over. They got to get over that hump mentally. And the front office, people say it ain't the front office, it ain't the coaches, it's the players. It's like, the front office has to work with the players. Exactly. It has to get this team the players in order to make that run. Championship team equals championship front office. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Sorry about that.
Man, B, let me say this real quick. I promise I'm finna be done quick. But he just made me think about a conversation I had with a friend of mine. I told him, I said, man, think about this. We gonna forget the whole, like the Cowboy fan, we forget the whole entire offseason when the season going on. Like, okay, I know, listen to this statement, just listen carefully. We forget the whole offseason when the season starts. And I'm gonna show you an example. Everybody that's a Cowboy fan right now, we know for a fact the Cowboys didn't do enough to improve this team. We all know that. Did we get a justifiable run game in order? No, we did not. Did we add anything that we proud of for real? No, we did not. That you remember that feeling? This is what I want y'all to know, and I'm gonna be done real quickly. In that moment when everybody else was signing all these free agents that you wanted, I want you to hold on to that feeling. So when this season starts, and we start losing games and not being successful in the playoffs, I want you to think back and remember who that was that you got to blame. Do Dak sign players?
No.
Nope.
Do Zeke sign players? Do CD Lamb sign players? Did Dak Prescott say get rid of Tyron Smith? Did anybody say change what there was 40% of your offensive line to rookies? Did Dak say that? You see what I'm saying? Even if he said it, did he sign the deal? No, he didn't do that. So I just want people to hold on to that anger, all that optimism that we had, seeing the Eagles getting Saquon, seeing the Giants getting Burns, seeing this team get that team. Like, it was pandemonium during free agency, but we got nothing. I want you to still hold on to that sickness that we felt, that disappointment, because during the season, all y'all gonna see, y'all gonna have that laser focus on the players and say, why y'all ain't do it?
Exactly.
That's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to hold on to that disappointment from free agency, bro. Because this team and this front office did not do what was necessary to become a championship team. And if we get anywhere close to it, you better be giving your players credit. That's what you should be doing.
Quickly. Let me come from a slightly different angle, and I guess it's gonna make some of y'all mad for this. Let me just say this. I'm focusing in on Coach Breedlove's comment, and before anybody say he's a Cowboy fan. What's up, Coach? But let me address this. If we got to be real careful, or starting, if you're already in, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be too late. Or for you newer Cowboy fans that may be watching this, or you're not in too deep with them, and you're getting all your information from the guys that be on TV 5 days a week, such as Colin Cowherd, such as Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, LaShawn McCoy, Joy Taylor, and they come on every day. The media, it's always been this way. The media in any aspect of life has a way of shaping your thinking, because that's all you see and they all you hear. And so if you hear somebody like Colin Cowherd say, and he's been saying for years, well, Dak Prescott's not even a top 13 quarterback. However, in the top 13, he'll have Jalen Hurts in his top 10. Last time I checked, y'all, Jalen Hurts ain't had but one good year. One. If you put Justin Herbert there, that means you going off projections, not production. Because the last time I checked, his production, he ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
When you talk about Josh Allen, who he has in his top 5, Josh Allen leads the league in turnovers. Can y'all imagine if Dak Prescott had the turnovers as Josh Allen has? Can y'all imagine? Y'all think y'all talk about him now. If he had them turnovers like Josh Allen do, can you imagine the press, what they'll be saying about Dak Prescott?
And I'll do you one right here big time. Dak only had the same amount of interceptions as Josh Allen last year. The year before last. And they still drug him.
They tried
Josh
to make
Allen
him
had
MVP.
way more fumbles and stuff than Dak Prescott. He still was had more turnovers than Dak. And they focused on Dak.
When you add up the amount of turnovers, interceptions, and fumbles, because Josh Allen runs the ball, obviously, he has over right at every year 20 turnovers combined as a quarterback. If Dak Prescott had that, these folks would go completely cuckoo over Dak Prescott, talking about he a turnover machine. So when people like Colin Cowherd talk about Justin Herbert in his top 10, who ain't done nothing. When he talk about Josh Allen, a turnover machine, he ain't really done nothing. He ain't won either. He ain't won nothing either. When you talk about Trevor Lawrence, who he has in his top 12 or 13, what is Trevor Lawrence done? Please, somebody tell me. I understand he's young. I get you there. But if we're going off projection, then if we're going off projection, my goodness, ain't that what the NFL draft all about? You're projecting.
You can project anything.
You can project all you want. I know plenty of number one picks that was bust.
They
You understand?
projected that Haskins was gonna be an excellent quarterback. They projected that Jamarcus Russell was gonna be a great
Come on, man.
quarterback. They
Sam
project a lot
Bradford.
of stuff.
Sam Bradford. They said that Zach Wilson was the next Patrick Mahomes. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Y'all remember that? So we already see how they turn out. What is the shame is? What's the shame is?
Mr. Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes.
Come on, man. what is the shame is that with everybody else, the production matters. But when it comes to Dak Prescott, the production don't matter.
Time out,
y'all, you see what I'm saying?
I gotta take a message
changed.
out of West Coast book though, real quick.
Go ahead.
When he said you gotta say it slow sometimes to let it sink in,
I'm
because
gonna
that was different. When I say, bro, these people, this is why I only trust my own eyes. I don't go off nobody else, bro. I swear I don't. I could be drastically wrong, and I'll be able to sleep at night. But this is why I only trust my own eyes. Just think of this in your head now. What kind of world we lived in that Mitchell Trubisky went before Patrick Mahomes, bro? These people are getting paid millions to make these decisions. But you think I'm supposed to just take people's word? No, I'd rather die on my own hill big time. I'm sorry. I'd rather make my own conclusion. I'd rather evaluate the players myself. And, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not finna listen to these people, man. I was telling them then that Deshaun Watson should have went before him. I was saying that. I got Facebook post proof that's saying what I was saying. I'm like, bro, Deshaun should be ahead of him. But that's why I always trust my own word, man.
I'm about to go ahead and really make folks mad. Some of y'all gonna say I'm crazy, but it's okay. But and I can't say everybody else, because I hear a lot of Cowboy fans regurgitating the same stuff that I hear Stephen A. Smith say. Every day is like you get your narrative from him, and you come back and then jump in the line and say Dak is only 2 and 5, 2 or whatever, for his playoff thing. But you don't hear nothing about Lamar Jackson.
Exactly.
Lamar Jackson is 2 and 4. Ain't that the same thing?
But he had one good year where he went to the AFC Championship. See, that's what they gonna go.
And he got 2 MVPs too. Go ahead.
They're gonna go to that.
And my question is just like, I sit and think about this. I'm like, I wonder what other fan bases feel about their quarterback. I wonder if Bills Mafia's up there talking about, we need to get rid of Josh Allen. We need to go to the draft and get a quarterback. I wonder if the Bengals, who have been missing their quarterback ever so often due to injury, is saying, man, we got to get rid of this dude. He's just not doing nothing. Oh, yeah, he went to the Super Bowl once, but come on, guys. Like, you got to see with your eyes. Stop letting the 4 and 3 letter networks. If you follow my channel, you know that I talk about the 4 and 3 letter networks all the time. Stop letting them indoctrinate you with this crap, because that's what it is. It is crap. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. It gets me angry.
Well,
me too.
Well, it's the narrative that's been shaped for the last few years. And that's what I'm saying about y'all. It's like you ignoring the production that this man has done. You want to brush that to the side and want to skip all the way to January. Now, you had to have September, October, November, December in order to get to January. Thanks. If Dak was playing like trash, he couldn't get to the playoffs.
Right.
So here's another truth that nobody don't want to admit. Okay, and then we'll move on, I guess, or whatever. Well, really, we can stay with this all day, to be honest with you. But here's another truth. At some point, everybody gonna have to tell the truth. All right, y'all said bad coaching. Okay, I said it too. Y'all said we had no running game for about the last 3 years or so. When Zeke started going down, and he seemed like he lost a step. We didn't have a running game.
We ain't had a rusher go over 100 since Zeke, in 2016 in the playoffs.
Okay, right there. Okay, so most would agree and say we ain't had no running game. We blame Kellen Moore. We blame Mike McCarthy, okay? We didn't have no defense. This number 4, y'all. We didn't really have a defense until Quinn got here. All right?
True.
So here's my question. If we didn't have no running game, if we really didn't have an offensive line, some of y'all say we didn't have an offensive line. Some of y'all say it was bad coaching. Here's my question. Who carried the franchise then? Who was it? Because you can't deny double-digit wins for the season. If you didn't have a running game, you didn't have a defense, then how in the world we winning 12 games 3 years in a row? We ain't got no defensive tackles, so we can't stop the run. So how in the world we still 12-5? You ain't got a running game now. Y'all blame Coach McCarthy. Can I just go ahead and answer it for you? I know y'all ain't gonna put it in the chat, but I'll say it for you. You had a quarterback. That's the reason why we stayed 12-5. It was Dak who carried this franchise for the last, 5 years? And as soon as he got hurt, you found out who he really was. I'm talking about when he broke his ankle. I ain't talking about when Cooper Rush jumped in at 5-1. I ain't talking about that. Dak Prescott has carried this franchise since probably about the last 3 to 4 years. You take Dak off of this team, and this team is drafting in the top 10 every year.
That's a fact right there. And
I don't want to talk to me, but I know I'm telling the truth.
I don't want it to be mistaken, because I know we all got football IQ. We understand that it takes more than one player to win a game and lose a game. But the way you just painted it out, it makes perfect sense. If you replace Dak Prescott, this is the best way to do it, I feel like. If you did it great too, but I wanna piggyback off it so they can really, really understand it too. If you take Dak Prescott off of this team, how many quarterbacks do you think can do the same or better than that with what he has? That right there lets you know the level of play that you getting out of Dak Prescott.
Let me add in right there, Landlord. And the names that y'all about to type in, look at who you typing in. You're going to be typing in your Mahomes. Yeah. You're going to type in maybe your Burrow. You're going to type in the best quarterbacks that's in the league, supposed. Go ahead,
You're going to have to have about 5 of them. That's about it.
That's about it.
No. Answer that question, but leave the franchise quarterbacks alone. The Patrick Mahomes,
that's
Joe Burrows,
all
that.
Hey.
Leave them alone.
That's a good one, Angry Cowboy fan. Because look, they act like we could just go to the Walmart and go grab an all-pro quarterback. They act like that's easy. So yeah, I like that even better. Take away the masterful quarterbacks who fall from heaven and every 10 years that you badly get. Take them guys away. Let's just talk about the other quarterbacks left. Which one of those guys who you confident in to come and duplicate what Dak Prescott done with this team?
Well, and let me throw this in, and I hate to be sarcastic, but so be it. We got some folks in here, and I've seen some of the names because I remember, because some of y'all been on my show. Some of y'all said, shoot, sit Dak down and let Cooper Rush run. So y'all be like, y'all see right there. I already knew it was coming. Some folks, it's right there in the chat. See what I'm talking about?
Well, that play was not sustainable.
Some of y'all celebrated because, see, I ain't forgot. I got receipts. Some of y'all celebrated when Andy Dalton got signed. Y'all did?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they said, ooh, Dak
oh
better
my
watch
goodness,
out.
the Red Rocket. The Red Rocket. Finna go off. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't forgot. Go ahead, Angry.
Could you pull up the super on my side, big time? I ain't want to interrupt everybody, but I did want to make sure.
You got a super chat?
Yeah, Common Sense Lab right there. I don't know if you still see it.
No. I'm gonna find it. Go ahead, Angry. I'm sorry.
No. What did we hear about last year from the 4 and 3 letter networks, from the Dak detractors, that we played tomato cans? The year before that, we played tomato cans. But they will go to bat. They will go up and down talking about Cooper Rush was 5-1 in his starts with the Dallas Cowboys. But when Dak played them, it's tomato cans. So keep that same energy. Cooper Rush played the same tomato cans that Dak Prescott played. And whenever he went to a team that was above 500, got smacked in the mouth. It's not sustainable. You know, you can get him in for him to do his job, which is keep the team going as a backup. A backup's job is not to go in and lose, you know? So it's to go in and keep the tradition going, and that's what he did. Good backup job. Way to go, Cooper Rush. Yeah. Other than that...
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm finished.
I was just about to say, let's say this. We ain't seen that defense play like that since Cooper was out there.
Like, there you go.
That defense ain't played nowhere near that since Cooper was out there, bro. It's like the whole defense took a big sigh of relief and said, Dak is back. We can breathe a little bit now. Dak is back, y'all.
We ain't got to be on our A game the whole way because Dak back.
Big time. Our defense ain't played close to that since then. Look, I was out here like we the new doomsday. I was out here talking big noise. I was like, bro, we like that. Who messing with us now? I was like, man, I was ready to put the stamp on that team. No lie. But next thing you know, Dak come back. Everybody started, you know what I'm saying, stand out a little more later or something. I don't know what they was doing, but they did not play to that level ever again, bro. They did not.
I got to give it one, though, and maybe because maybe it's like maybe it's kind of like what Angry said. Maybe you want to categorize it as a tomato can. But last year, man, that first game against the Giants, good Lord. I mean, they didn't do no wrong. And that's the last time that I saw them. You know, I know we blew people out, but I'm talking about on it the whole game. When you shut somebody down 40-0, that was the last time that I saw it. And I realized it was the Giants. I get
it. I was about to say that was one of the few games that we actually got the defense that we signed up for.
It was about the only game because somebody got hurt right after that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so unfortunate about last season because I went in feeling like we was finna be an all-time defense.
Yeah.
But we lost Trayvon Diggs, and that drastically changed a lot of stuff because, you know, I'm high on Trey. I feel like Trey like that. Yeah. But when we had to replace him with Stephon Gilmore, which he did an excellent job. Like, I ain't taking that away from Gilly because I would sign Gilly back right now. But he did an excellent job replacing Trey. But just imagine if you had Trey, then you had Gilly, and then you had Blaine. Like, I'm not afraid of no receiving core in the league.
No.
Not one, if you tell me those are my DBs right there. So that we never really got that defense that we was promised. Like, what Trey got hurt after game 2, game 3?
Going into week 3.
You see what I'm saying? We really never got, and it's unfortunate that we never really got the defense we was promised. Yeah. We never did.
Let me read this super chat. I believe this is on Landlord's channel from Common Sense Lab. Man, we appreciate you. He says all Dak's playoff losses has been to the hands of an elite offensive coordinator on the other team. No one talks about that part. And you know what, Common Sense? You're absolutely right. But guess what? We finna talk about that now. Whenever you see, whenever you see, like last year, the Green Bay game, coaching matters. Let me take y'all mind back to when the tight end scored when there wasn't nobody even in the picture, just wide open.
Oh yeah.
That just don't happen in the playoffs. That is a sign of getting out coached. Where the cameraman can't even pick a Cowboy up, and even in the screen. that's just that scheme against your scheme. I believe if I run this play, this dude gonna be wide open, and it was like that all day. That was a total demolition derby of Kyle Shanahan versus Dan Quinn, which was just like it was a mismatch. See, a lot of times, y'all, we like to blame players, and they the one on the field. I get it, but scheme and coaching matters, man.
Yeah.
And when you get a guy that don't know, I ain't gonna say he don't know what he's doing. He just met against his match. Plus, y'all, it also helped Kyle Shanahan to know Dan Quinn. If y'all remember, they were Atlanta together when they lost the Super Bowl to the Patriots, so they knew each other. So maybe you can't just throw that in the garbage can. It was just total demolition. When you go back to the San Francisco losses, who was there? Kyle Shanahan again. Mike McCarthy going against My guy, D'Amico Ryans.
Salute to D'Amico.
D'Amico Ryans with the Texans, now the head coach. If you remember, he was the defensive coordinator for the Niners. You look, y'all. Look, Ryans is known, maybe not known as a great head coach, but he on his way. But there ain't no question about, was he a great defensive coordinator now? Man. And if Mike McCarthy, you can't go one-dimensional against a D'Amico Ryans type offense. What I meant, even though we lost 19-12, I understand that. Even though we had the bad clock manager at the whole time. But what really did we do? We couldn't run the ball against San Francisco 49ers. Dak was throwing the ball the whole game. Y'all remember that? Right. See what I'm saying?
That boy, D'Amico was a tackling machine, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, I played him against him in high school.
Oh, man.
He was a tackling machine, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's who he was. With the Texans.
And that's what I'm saying. Even with the Eagles, he was a tackling machine his whole career. So for him to get somebody like Fred Warner, y'all think coaching don't matter? That's why Fred been the best linebacker in football. Like, since he got out there, like, he had a great linebacker, a great linebacker coaching him. Yeah. So, hey, man, that's why we say coaching matters. And I think
and then I didn't call out the Green Bay coach, but we all know he is a great young offensive coordinator too.
Mind,
Matt LaFleur,
So I'm saying it makes a difference when that happens. So Common Sense Lab, man, that's a great point. You really, man, just, that's another whole show by itself, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But McCarthy is known as an offensive coordinator. Now, here's the question. Zimmer is not as aggressive, and it's really not a question, I'm just making this observation. Zimmer is not that type of guy that really presses the issue like that. He ain't blitzing like Quinn. And I ain't saying he'll bend but don't break, but he's more of a technique, conservative guy. Guys always in the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, when you got an offense that's led, I'm finna make y'all mad. When you got an offense that's led, that is traditionally for the last 6 to 7 years known as the number one offense in the league, led by number 4. All you really need is a defense that can hold a team under 20 points or right at 22. Because guess what Dak gonna give you? Y'all know, 30 points a game. That's what he does. That's what he always have done. You get Zimmer there, they can count on.
Okay.
Calm things down a little bit. Look out. That's all I'm saying. Now, I know we got to learn the system. I know guys got to get used to it, learn how to play together, and it's going to take a little time. But when this thing really get rolling, and let me throw that in, don't judge the Cowboys starting off, y'all. Even if we get off to a real good start, don't judge them right off the top, y'all, because they still got to learn how to play together. The offensive line got to gel together. You're going to probably have 2 rookies. You got a whole defense learning a whole new scheme. Judge us somewhere around close to the late part of October, November. Then we can say, okay, they look, ain't no more skills. They done got all the practice out the way. Now we finna really find out. But don't judge them too quick. We still gonna be all right. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I took too much time.
Common Sense Lab one more time. He says, there ain't no quarterback that would give us 12 wins. All other quarterbacks have schemes built for them. Dak don't. Ooh. Yeah, but I look at this
until last year.
Yeah, now this is offense coming.
Yeah, he got it.
We seen what he did with it. Yeah. But just like you said, as far as when it comes to Dak and his scheme, I'm telling you right now, like, that's why I'm so bullish on year 2 for him. Even though I'm not that bullish on our wide receiving core per se, but I just wanted it to be better. That's all. I wanted him to get a fast shot. I just wanted him to go into this shootout with enough ammo that he can, you know what I'm saying, he got a fair shot at it. That's all. But we seen what he did with this receiving core. He had 1 weapon, 2 weapons, 1.5 weapon. Well, you can say 2. Ferg became a full weapon. But people got to remember, going into the season, Ferg was an uncertain. It was a question mark about him. We felt good about him, but nobody knew that he was going to just be this guy. You might have felt like that, but you didn't know. because it was unknown. He never done it before. So that was a question mark. We forget all the risks that, like I said, go back to the statement I said earlier. We forget the off season when the season starts. We completely forget it. It's erased. It's a whole new season. We forgot about all the risks that we took with this roster. Ferg was a question mark. Tony Pollard coming off an injury, question mark. Terrence Steele coming off an injury, question mark. All the question marks really didn't work in our favor. The whole 2023 draft class, question mark. Nobody really helped. Like we wasn't even happy with that draft. But when we get to the season, we just right back to, dang, Dak terrible and the team didn't work.
Yeah,
We knew what happened. We knew what happened.
Safety's playing linebackers. Go ahead.
I'm just saying we knew what happened, bro. But we, like I say, we forget the offseason when the season starts. We forget it.
And whenever your defensive coordinator, whenever your scheme is, we got to be the first ones to score so that we can tee off on your quarterback, you are missing something on the defense. So like this year, I'm looking forward to Mike Zimmer because I want to see, like last year, we lived and died by the interception. We lived and died by the sack, fumbles, however we could get the ball to help compensate for the offense. This year, I'm trying to see Mike Zimmer have more 3-and-outs, more turnover on downs because, a lot of teams are going for it on 4th down now. Exactly. I want to see more of that. Like, get your sacks, get your interceptions, but be reliant on traditional style of defense. You know what I'm saying?
3-and-outs. I like
the trenches.
That is real defense right there. That's tangible things that you can package, and take to the postseason. You can't take turnovers to the postseason. You just can't. Look, what the whole nation was doing in the Green Bay game. Because people be forgetting that we are fans. We are you. So we watching the game just like you. When we watching the game, we up there like, Lord, please, let us get a turnover. Please. Like, we was begging and crying and pleading for us to get an interception or something. We like, please, Green Bay, give us some type of turnover. That right there alone lets you know that you can't live off that. That's not sustainable, bro. When you think about the team that was sustainable, and it's finna be real quick, look at what the Chiefs did. The Chiefs held their teams to damn near under 20 points almost the whole year. They cornerback gave up 1 touchdown in the postseason. That's tangible stuff that you can take with you. You know what I'm saying? My team don't let people score. I can package that and go to war with that. My team getting off the field on 3rd down, I can package that and go to war with that. If you think about the Dallas Cowboys characteristics on defense, bro, and you want to be real about it, we barely could stop anybody without turnovers. And you can even go to the Giants game. I know that's finna start some drama. Go to the first Giants. When we beat them 40-0, them boys was moving the ball. Go back and look at it. No lie. They was moving the ball, but then we'll get a turnover. They'll move the ball, turnover. Without turnovers, this defense was not what you thought they were.
Average.
And that was like the Carolina Panthers game last year. I will go back to that game every single time. People will talk and say that, oh, man, I wasn't worried about the Carolina Panthers. There was a point in that game where I was worried. I'm like, oh, boy, if they keep running on us, then they're going to get the formula, And one thing that we actually prided ourselves on when we started to lean on was the fact that we had these 4th quarter explosions, because we had a 4th quarter explosion in that game as well. It's like, that's not sustainable. Like Landlord was saying, that's just not sustainable. You cannot guarantee a 4th quarter explosion. So spread that explosion out,
especially when you start talking about the defense. And I ain't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good.
When you playing against, I'm not defense, I'm saying, when you playing against some of these real good teams that have a good defense themselves, that explosion stuff, that rarely happens when you start talking about playoffs. You ain't scoring 40 and 38 against San Francisco. You just not. You see what I'm saying? There's more teams. I just threw that out there like that. So what Landlord said. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Angry, because I'm gonna.
No. You good.
So what Landlord said and what Angry said is just the truth. This don't show up in the stats. Turnovers show up in the stats. Your fumble recoveries, your forced fumbles, your interceptions, they all show up. But what it need to be a stat down there is what some of you guys are saying in the chat. There need to be a stat that is about 3 and outs. That's the stat that we really need. Take your mind back to the Green Bay game. If I'm not mistaken, y'all, somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the chat or right in here. I believe the Green Bay Packers went 6 straight possessions with a touchdown.
They got one of them off an interception, but they had like 5. They had like 5, I believe, like literally 5 straight touchdowns. Right. And one was an interception, but the other 4 was just driving touchdowns.
Look, if you can just give me two of those, the momentum was dead by halftime. It was already, the air was out of the building because we couldn't stop a nosebleed. But if you can give me some 3 and outs, stop some drives, keep them out of field goal range, these are the things that will not show up in the stats. But you will have to come, you'll see all 3 of us come up here on Monday and say, hey, the defense didn't let them get past the 50, but 2 or 3 times. And then the defense didn't allow but with just 1 touchdown. But when you just have, I think Landlord just said it, 4 straight, drives, long drives, it was from the 25 because Aubrey didn't get to kick it. I'm just saying, when we punted the ball, that's what I meant to say. They just drove it straight back. You can't win if you ain't getting no 3 and outs or stopping the chains from moving. That's what we got to get better on.
See, I want people to stop doing this. What Real Fan 1 said, and I ain't just trying to pick on you, but it's just not true. It's incorrect. 2 turnovers gave the Packers 14 points. That is incorrect. 1 turnover gave them 7, but I just seen Lamar Jackson throw a red zone interception, and his team didn't give up nothing. I seen Patrick Mahomes do the same thing, and his team gave up nothing. So just because you turn the ball over on that side of the ball, on that side of the field, that don't mean you get an automatic touchdown, sir. Your defense supposed to stop them, at least hold them to 3. They gave up touchdowns on every situation.
And remember that year, Cowboys Nation, when we played the Houston Texans and Dak threw an interception in the red zone, and then DeMarcus Lawrence got a fumble at like the 2-yard line?
Yeah.
That's what defense that we need. Yeah. Even if he throws an interception on our side of the field and it's in the red zone, we need that defense to be like, yo, don't worry, we got you.
Yeah. I got a treat for y'all right here, because this right here let y'all know that we pay attention to what we doing and what we talking about. We actually do the work. So I actually like stats, but I don't just live off them, because I know I watch my team myself. I don't need your numbers to tell me what I already know. But this right here just let you know this. We just told you that we don't get 3 and outs, okay? Not to the rate that we need them. Okay, this is the most 3 and outs from last year. It was the Bears, they number 1.
Wow.
The Cardinals number 2, the Packers number 3, the Giants number 4. Hold on, wait a minute. This might be the wrong list. This is what it is. Because when I seen the Bears up, I'm like, nah. What it is I think they talking about the offenses with the 3 and outs. Okay, that might be what it is. That might be what it is. That's why we so low. But I'm almost certain that we ain't because we watch the games.
You watch the game. Everybody in the chat know. You were totally dependent upon some Bland picking the ball off. That's where we at. When is the last time? Let me just show y'all. Somebody help me. Maybe y'all got the answers. Where are the forced fumbles? When last time y'all seen that? See what I'm saying? We don't really stop teams. We I almost want to say we're bend but don't break. And of course, it's great not to give up 7, but if we give them the field goals, we'll take that. But we ain't really stop nobody, man. Y'all know that. Go ahead, Angry. I see.
I'm really on some what if stuff, but
no, you
you look back at the Green Bay Packers game, 48-32. What if we had a defense that could stop the run? That wipes off 3 touchdowns from Aaron Jones. 3. So that makes the score what? Because of the interception and everything, 28-32.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had some people that'll stop the run. But anyway.
I get it, man. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, I got a phone call. I got to take this, y'all.
go ahead, man. Go ahead. Zap yourself out. So what we got is really what you're saying is that we struggling in some of the basic defensive things that really do count. That's what got us last year. I mean, the simple things, such as, well, I ain't saying simple, but stopping teams, making them punt. Can we see somebody punt them so that Turpin can get a chance to do his damage?
That might be an easier way to do it. Let's see. How many punts did we force?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, seriously. You want to see some weapons? Let Turpin get a few shots. I mean, I know punters kick it high and they got to do fair catches. But if you kicking from, if they start their drive at the 25, because Brandon Aubrey gonna make it gonna make a touchback automatically. So they starting at the 25. If I can get you to punt the ball between the 25 and the 35, you're gonna give my punt returner a chance to return the punt. And I like my chances with Turpin. I need his hand to touch the ball where he can possibly do some damage. These are the things that, simple bend but don't break. Whatever you want to call it. The defense, and I like what MWF, and you know what? MWF, you just said something right here, Doc. Ain't no sense me lying. I like what you just said. You said the defense has to play angry. I love that because now you're talking attitude. You can't have attitude when you can't stop the run. You see what I'm saying? I love what you said there. And this year, I'm telling y'all now, in the linebacker position, I got an angry one back there that got some athleticism. Pray to God that he stay healthy. And that's Mr. Overshawn. When Overshawn hits you, it's a difference. I ain't talking about a tackle. I'm talking about attitude with the tackle. We got that. Let me say something about it for those who are not familiar with Kendricks. Ladies and gentlemen, he will hit your head off. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You got some strikers out there that's you're gonna be looking for them. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need. That somebody we know what Parsons can do. We know what D-Law has. We know that. Let me tell you one more angry person. Sam Williams is angry. Now I think Landlord is the one that named him. Slam Sam. Let me tell y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling y'all, we got some guys that match this little attitude that MWF was that you need. Go ahead, Landlord.
Yeah, I was just about to say, man, that we already know how our team behave. And it sucks because we know what they were during the regular season, and then next thing you know, they just wasn't that in the playoffs. Yeah. It's hard to explain it. Of course, somebody said something I can't remember. It was one of them. It was a good comment because they was pushing back, but I can't remember what they said. But basically, it wound up to say the defense. Yeah, I think that was you saying it too, big time, when you was we was 12-5, but we didn't do what we needed to do. But can we say the defense performed even a normal defense in the playoffs?
No.
They was they performed like our 2020 defense in the playoffs.
They look like a preseason defense.
And then this is what I want people to realize when we talking about Luke Musgrave for the Packers, he was 17 yards open, big time.
Yeah.
They said that was the most open person
for the season
in football for the season. Literally, and I'm not being hyperbolic. This is a fact. Yeah. He was the most open receiver in the NFL last year in a playoff game. So right there alone, we understand how football works. Some people just look at the game and just blame players and say he didn't do this and didn't do that. But really, when you think about it, it's like chess for real. Because these players, the coaches are the chess players. For real. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, the players ain't nothing but chess pieces.
Yeah.
When you really think about that now,
the pawns.
They really just chess pieces. Because listen, the chess player, which is your defensive coordinator, your offensive coordinator, or your head coach, they put the players where they should go. So now that's one thing. The player can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
If he run astray away from that, he might be on the bench. He might get put off the team. If the coach tell you to go somewhere, you got to go where the coach said. Nobody can dispute that. Okay? That's why he the puppet master. After that, your defensive coordinator tell the player what to do. Now, the player really ain't got nothing. Like, all he could do is what the coach told him to do. Like, no lie. That's all he could do. So when it comes to the defense, letting Luke Musgrave be that open, I'm telling you right now, that was a busted play. That was a scheme flaw. That's easy. That's easy work. That's a scheme flaw. It's no way possible your team, that man should have been open that much.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you right now, the way you can blame the players is when you blame the players and say, okay, the coach put them in position right. We can all agree to that. The coach told them what to do. We can all agree to that. But now when you start blaming the player, it's saying, okay, the coach had you in position. The coach told you to do the right thing. You just weren't capable of doing it.
Yeah.
That's when you blame the player, for real. Real talk. That's when the blame goes on the player. If you know that was the right call, he put you in position, you was there, but you wasn't physically able to do it, that's when you blame the talent of the player. Because really, it's nothing else they could do, y'all. Like, it's nothing else they could do. Just imagine if what's one of our linebackers, Damone Clark, say, man, I'm going to line up at DB this time. I don't care what he's talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the coach going to be like, no, sir, like, you can't do that. So the alignment of the players is the coaches, and literally what their responsibilities is on a play-to-play basis is the coaches.
Yeah.
Now, the athletes come in, they have to physically be able to perform what the coaches ask them to do. Yeah. And then that boils back to the coaches, too, because if you know I can't cover, why you got me covering?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff is coaching, believe it or not, man. And the talent probably, you know, if I had to distribute a lot of the blame, I'm talking about specifically the Green Bay game right now. If I had to distribute a lot of the blame on when it comes to the defense, I'd probably say Dan Quinn about a good 75. 75 Quinn
not higher.
And 25 players. Like it'll be a whop side of the fair right now.
I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Hey, we done had fun, man. I know y'all, we can go, look, trust me, we got plenty of information to give and plenty of topics we can go on. But guess what, y'all? You know, when you get something like this together, when you put three guys up here who, you know, in my view, we know what we're talking about. We've done the work, and most of you guys follow all of us. That's why you had to come see us when we're individually doing our shows. We can't do this all the time like this, but we're here. So on that note, before we get out of here, Angry Cowboy fan, welcome to the show, Doc. Welcome to the show. You in here now. So tell everybody who you are. Tell them where they can find you so that they can subscribe to you. And then tell them when you're coming on live or whatever you're going to do next.
All right. You can find me at the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel. And I'm debating on going live later on this afternoon and talking to the Angry Cowboys fan family. Everybody that's here from there, I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with the Cowboys content creators and supporting the Cowboys content creators, because y'all know without y'all, we just making journal entries. We just vlogging.
Facts.
You know?
Wow. Appreciate you, man. So everybody, of course, he not hard to find. Just go straight to the Angry Cowboy Fan YouTube and Facebook. Go ahead and follow him on Facebook. Turn that notification on. Then, of course, go to YouTube. Subscribe to his channel, man. Help him out. Help. We all subscribe to each other's channels. He has great fire content. And I promise you, once you hear him live in the show where he in total control, you heard a little bit today, that should be good enough to make you go get it. But when you get there to his channel, I promise you, you're going to love to hear what he says. Landlord, the legendary Landlord, man, from Alabama. We all know him. We all love him. We rock with him. And, you know, I'm quite sure he'll be on real soon. Landlord, tell him what's going on. Tell him how to follow you and tell him when you're coming on next.
Already, man. I appreciate kind words, man. But you know, I'm Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media, man. Hey, I would ask a real favor from y'all right now. Okay, listen. I'm like 25 subs from 6K.
Wow.
So let y'all help your boy out
We-
to go on knock that down.
We should
today,
get
man.
we should get
Y'all
that
gonna
now.
knock that down today.
Matter of fact, let's go on do it. Listen,
on.
y'all. Listen, y'all know some of y'all been watching Landlord for a while now. Come on now. Now some of you are so used to him that you just probably forgot. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So
Yeah,
watch
I
this.
just subbed the Angry Cowboy fan. I don't know how I went sub to him. So
See what I'm saying? That's how it goes.
It be like that sometimes. Yeah.
Go right now. Don't even wait, because I'm gonna get you while it's hot. Go ahead and leave us now. Matter of fact, because we finna go. I promise you. Once I tell you where I'm at, I'm gone. Go ahead and go. And matter of fact, y'all can do that. Phone can do 2 or 3 things at the same time. Go if you haven't subscribed to Landlord from Alabama. We should get these 25 right here. Go ahead and do that now.
25 subs, and I'll be at 6K, man. Y'all will help me reach a milestone.
man.
So I appreciate y'all. You know, if you watching on rewatch, I appreciate you. And you know, we trying to get the training camp too, man. So if y'all want to support that movement, man, make sure y'all hit the sub and hit the you know, the Cash App and the super chat and stuff like that, man. Cause we going out there, we gotta be out there to see that for ourselves. It's a lot of battles that we're gonna be interested in, and you know, we done made a lot of relationships with these players and these family members. So hey, I'm gonna go and put that to work. I'm gonna put that equity, that foot boot equity to work when I get out there. So hey, man, we trying to get in some exclusive rooms, give y'all some great exclusive content. We trying to do some great things, man. So y'all make sure y'all support all the independent content creators. Angry Cowboy fan doing great things on his channel. Big Time Show. You already know the Bishop doing great things over there on his channel, man. So y'all make sure y'all just support, bro. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but we do need support from y'all as content creators. It is not easy. So we do need that. We do need that support, man.
When you going live again, Landlord?
Maybe later on today. If not later on today, for sure tomorrow.
All right. So everybody, once you subscribe to him, turn on the live notifications. That way you will not miss him. Same thing with Angry Cowboy fan. If you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell there so you can turn on the live notification. It'll come straight on your phone when he decides to go live. So once again, y'all know Landlord. If I go Angry, I see.
I just see a comment real quick. It says, "Let Dak Prescott play out the contract." Real quick. It's a super gamble, just for the simple fact that if you let Dak Prescott play out the contract, you're going to be relying on Trey Lance, whose contract ends the same year. So let's just say the Dallas Cowboys, and the way that they're going to sign Trey Lance is they're going to allow him to hit the free agency to see what the bids are. And if the bids are low enough, they're going to attain him again. What if you lose Dak Prescott and Trey Lance in free agency? You rely on Cooper Rush. Oh, I forgot. Cooper Rush is also a free agent next year. What if you lose your entire quarterback room? It's too much of a gamble. All right, sorry.
No, you good. And if you've been watching the show from the other time, we already pointed out the fact, just to hit it before I go. If you do it, guess what? Dak, you still paying Dak $40 million in dead cap money. Mm-hmm. So that means you're handcuffing yourself, whether you're not paying Dak, but you're paying in the cap world. So that means the next quarterback you get is like you're going to be paying 2. You're limited in one job, one position. And you're going to be limited.
Perform lesser, more than
you can't. What, you going to get a quarterback for $30 million, which you would love, but in reality, you paying 70. So it makes only good sense to go ahead and do the restructure for the bigger picture of the Cowboys. You don't want to get in dead cap money. You just don't want to do that. It just doesn't make any sense. But that's another whole story another time. Let me get ready to get out of here. Listen, Big Time Show, the Big Time Show, YouTube or Facebook. Go ahead and go to my channel if you want to. Subscribe to it. Just and turn on those notifications. I will be coming on tomorrow at 3:00. That's Central Time. 3:00 tomorrow afternoon. I will be there. And listen, You got to get in where you fit in. If Landlord is on before me, go to him. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? If Angry is on, go to him. If you like what they saying, we all brothers, man. We good. We all good. We're pretty good. And y'all just hear my brother just say he almost at 6,000. He good. You see what I'm saying? He almost at 6,000. He good. If you want to come to my show, that's fine. We cool. Everywhere you land, if you go to Angry Cowboy fan, it make no difference where you land, you getting fired. That's just the bottom line.
Facts.
Wherever you go. Now, when we come together, man, look, oh my God, it's going to be crazy when we come together. But tomorrow afternoon, 3
we forgot
o'clock.
about West Coast folks over there.
Oh, well, oh my God. Well, y'all already know about West.
Salute the West Coast and his folks, man. Make sure y'all tap in the West Coast Cowboy. Y'all already know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, West Coast, I mean, we talking about the GOAT, man. So y'all
from the liquor
know.
store.
Yeah. When we talk about Henny, live liquor store, we talk about, look, we share. When we talk about Boss, Cowboy, when we talk about Law, Nation, when we talking about Big Game James, when we talking about all these superstars, the OC, when we talking about all these folks, man, we talking about J Tuck.
We got an embarrassment of riches, man.
And it's some that I know about that I haven't met yet, Cowboy fan talk. When we start talking about all these great people, man, come on now. We got to go to work. I mean, we all in this thing. I told you, it's like the Avengers. We all know each other. At some point, Law has been on my show. Balls have been on my show. Landlord has been on my show. Angry's been on my show. West, we all, and I've been on theirs pretty much. I'm saying this is some fire stuff going on right before your eyes, man. Appreciate it. I mean, support each other. Support all of us. We just trying to do the work, man. We trying to get real solutions, real answers to a team that we all love and have watch this, for years. So we kind of know what we're talking about, y'all. I know we are. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I appreciate everybody. Turn on those live notifications for my brothers and so go support them. And we're going to get on out of here. We'll see you when we see you. Support again, Angry Cowboy fan. Support again, the one and only, the legendary Landlord. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here now. As I showed y'all yesterday, because I got some compliments. I ain't got all that bebop stuff West Coast be putting on that. Then I'm old. You understand? I'm old. So, yeah, that little beat bop, bang, bang, all that type of stuff. There ain't nothing wrong with that if that's your flavor. It's not. When you come to me, since I'm hosting the show, we closing on a smooth note. This is what I need you to do. Trust me, just in case you ain't heard it. Go ahead and put your hands together with the clap emojis. Let's go ahead and go as we get out of here on this smooth note. I need to see what y'all saying while my music is playing. We out of here. Thank y'all for watching Cowboys Uncut on the day. We'll see you on Monday with whoever gonna be here, because there ain't no telling who West gonna have in here. But whoever it is, it's gonna be fire. We out of here. Appreciate y'all. Now put your hands together. Let's go.